Native Americans, the Gadites. Thank you. What did they do to the Israelites? So on and so forth.
Orientation has a lot of
They killed biological warfare. All that. White most of them now. Alright? That's the blood of the saints. They did that to at least one of those 12,000 in each respective tribe. Now they got the blood on them. Oh, it's filthy. America is filthy. Alright? Read verse 11.
Alright, this is Revelation 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua.
And the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. That goes against into prophecy because there will be martyrs. There is. According to, what's that, Revelation 24? There's going to be martyrs. There's going to be martyrs. You don't have to get it. I think it's on Psalm 116 and I can't remember. It says the precious in the sight of the Lord, the devil is the water.
It's Psalms 116 and 15. It says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints.
That's right. That's what Moses said. All right. And what do we read earlier? That what? We give our bodies as a sacrifice. Hey, shoot. We have to take the ultimate sacrifice. That's a precious thing. The Lord looks at that like, yeah, man. Now you're going to be, now what does the scripture say? The dead in Yahushua is raised first. You win. All right, go ahead, buddy.
And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
I wondered with great admiration. He's seeing this vision like John is seeing it. All right? Go ahead.
And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel?
Why are you marveling? I'm about to tell you. Go ahead.
I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns.
So, I got a question for y'all out there. Y'all know who the 7 heads are? Y'all know who the 7 heads are?
Greece. So, Greece, Italy, Spain, Germany.
Not Italy. Italy's a part of the 10 horns.
Okay.
So you said Greece?
Greece, Italy, no, it's Greece, Spain, Germany.
No, not Germany.
Not Germany.
So you got the Greeks, the Spanish, the French. Who else? So the Romans. All right. You got it, brother. Now we're gonna let this brother get it, man. This is, just keeping brother sharp. That's it. You gotta look at the board you can, man. You gotta look at it you can, man.
Yeah, so you got the Greeks, the British, the Germany minor, Spain, the French, the Romans, and Germany.
So wow, brother. There you go. So those are the 7 heads. And we understand what the 10 horns are, going from Belgium all the way down to West Germany. So keep going in Revelation 17.
Okay, this is Revelation 17. I started 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life.
That's why we read Daniel 12 and 1.
From the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
All right, so we're going to break down that. All right, so first off, the bottomless pit, when it says the bottomless pit, that's speaking about Europe. The bottomless pit. Why is Europe called the bottomless pit? First off, I'm just gonna say it like this. First off, why is it called Europe called the bottomless pit? When you go to Europe, we're gonna do it like the UK, British England, the area. We're gonna look at the forecast. always gloomy, cloudy, rainy. They got high suicide rates. It's very depressing. Okay? Very depressing. Another reason. They done had 2 wars over there in Europe. 2 wars. It says the bottomless pit. When you go into the word pit, it means grave. When you go into the word grave, it means hell. When you go into hell, it means death. There's a lot of death over there in the bottomless pit. Get Revelation 9 and 1. Because we're going to show where the bottomless pit was. Revelation 9 speaks about World War I. Alright, so get Revelation 9 and 1 real quick.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. It says, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
It was him giving the key to the bottomless pit. Alright? Death. That's Europe. Again, the 2 world wars. Wreaked havoc over there, man. A lot of death, a lot of destruction. So it's the bottomless pit in Europe. Alright? So read verse 8.
Alright, this is Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition.
And perdition means destruction. Alright, go ahead.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wander, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
Now, I want you to read this slowly. I want you to read that slow. Alright?
And they that dwell on the earth shall
No, I
wander.
want you to read right there.
When they behold the beast,
Alright, when they behold the beast. So let's deal with that. When they behold the beast. That beast that is speaking about, that they behold, that goes back. Select it, buddy. You see? That beast that they behold, that's the Romans. 200 years ago, or however long it's been. That's speaking about ancient Rome. Okay? That's the beast that they beheaded. Okay? So go ahead.
that was and is not,
That was and is not,
and yet is.
and yet is. So we understand that that beast was Rome. It says that was, meaning it fell. And is yet. What do you think that means? It means it's still kind of here. Extension. Are you still holding Jeremiah? 57 and get verse 8. Oh, 51 and 8. Salah.
With Jeremiah 51 and 8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Boom. Okay. We understand it's an ancient Babylon. We understand the history of Babylon America. But what else is there? A new Rome. Rome never died. Rome never died. We're standing in it right here on this cracked concrete that's hurting my feet. You back. Alright?
Physically, Rome, ancient Rome is gone and done away with, but spiritually, still
Yeah, that's going to Sodom and Egypt. You know? Which is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. The same thing, spiritually known as Rome. Like the captain beautifully broke down. Alright? So keep going.
It says, how
We're in verse 8.
Jeremiah 51 and 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
That's right.
How for her?
So Rome is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Go ahead.
It says, how for her? Take balm for her pain.
What do you do when you have a cut? Neosporin is a type of bone. You put it on you so it can heal. Right? It heals, but what's left? A scar. This is the scar. Alright, keep going.
It says, if so be she may be healed.
If so be she may be healed. Go ahead.
We will have healed
We
Babylon,
would have healed Babylon. Go ahead.
but she is not
But
healed.
she's not healed. Go ahead.
Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country.
That's right. That's why you got Matthew 24. It says, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right? Everybody's going to go back to their respective lots. Okay? And they going to forsake. Forsake means to forget about it. Forget about it. All right? So go back. So we understand, what does it say? When they behold the beast, that's ancient Rome, all right? That was, meaning it fell. Ancient Rome fell, all right? And it's not, all right? And Yeah, it is. That means what? That's America, EU, all of this is it. It's back. All right, keep going. Verse 9.
This is Revelation 17 and 9. And here is the mind which had wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains.
There you go. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. According to what we have knowledge on that, when it speaks about mountains, when it speaks about mountains, it speaks about governments. Okay, get microphone 1. When it speaks about mountains, it speaks about governments. When you see the word mountain, it's like a government. So get microphone 1 real quick.
It's Micah 4 and 1. It says, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountain, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it.
That's right. People shall flow. Is that it on that first verse?
Yeah.
Okay, so people shall flow into it. Now, just a question. Do you think the Lord is going to put a physical mountain on top of the mountain, on top of the hill? There you go. So, reread it. And I'm going to tell you to stop.
Micah 4 and 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain
So
of
we're in the last days, and it shall come to pass, so we understand this is a prophecy. So go ahead.
that the mountain of the house of the Lord
That the mountain of the house of the Lord, that the government of the Lord, go ahead,
shall be established in the top of the mountain.
it shall be established on the tops of these governments. And when you read the book of Revelation, it says what? That Yahushua had many crowns on his head. That's him putting his mountain on. He subdued all the other the governments. Usually when you take a nation, you kill the king, you might take his crown and be like, yeah, man, it's mine now. All right, go ahead.
It says,
King of the hill. The king of the hill. Go ahead, brother.
it said, the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills,
Hills is another form of government. Go ahead.
and the people shall flow into it.
They're going to flow into the Israelites' government.
Yep.
From
That's right.
Forever and ever and ever, like the book of Daniel says. Right? Ever and ever and ever. They're going to flow into it. Meaning what? They're going to be our tributaries forever and ever and ever. We're going to get the first fruits forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever. And ever.
Yeah, best of everything forever.
Forever and ever. Go back to Revelation 17. What were you 9? We read verse 9.
This is Revelation 17 and 9. And here is the mind which had wisdom.
So wisdom will make you understand that the mountains are speaking about government. Go ahead.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains.
7 heads are 7 mountains, which is factual, okay? Which is straight facts. There's governments within the beast. All right, go ahead.
On which the woman sitteth.
Who's the woman? Who's the woman? There you go. Go ahead.
And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen,
Oh, yes.
and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
All right. You got it on there? Keep going.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Hold it. In Revelation 12. All right, so start at verse 10.
All right, this is Revelation 17
Read it through.
and 10. And there are 7 kings.
All right, now there's 7 kings. The 7 kings are what? That's the beast. All right, those are the 7 heads. So we already established who the 7 heads were. All right, so go ahead.
5 are fallen.
5 are fallen. You got the sign?
Keep that sign up.
Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so 5 are fallen.
Interactive.
All right. Okay, buddy. 5 are fallen. There's 7 kings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 are fallen. Who fell? Germania Major fell. Major fell. The French fell. The Spanish fell. Minor fell. All right. And the Greeks fell. So that leaves 2. So reread from the top.
All right, this is Revelation 17 and 10. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen.
5 are fallen, so we understand the 5 that fell. You want me to repeat it? Come on. So Germanian Major, the French, or the Gauls. All right. So that's 2. The Spanish fell. That's 3. Germanium Minor fell. That's 4. And the Greeks fell. That's 5. All right? They fell. So that leaves 2. The Romans and the British. All right? So start at the top again.
All right, it's Revelation 17 and 10, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is.
And who is that one is? The Romans. Keep going.
And the other is not yet come.
And the other is not yet come. Go ahead.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
And when he comes, he must continue a short space. British.
It's technically still ruling today.
Which is technically still ruling today. Yep. That's the British. Still holding that Ezekiel 16. That's going to go into the British too. All right? So the 5 that fell, again, because repetition is how you learn.
Right.
Germanium Major, the French, or the Gauls, however you want to say it, the Spanish, Germanium Minor, and the Greeks. The one that still, is the Romans, and the one that's not yet and is to come and continue in short space are the British.
Right. And the reason why Romans was the is was because when John was writing, when he saw this revelation, the angel told him that one is, the Roman Empire was still in power. So that was the one that still is.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I want you to read so pretty much when it says he shall continue a short space, I'm just gonna get this quick precept. So Revelation 12 and 2.
Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. As we read in Revelation 17, what happened? Why woe unto the inhabitants of the earth? Because they went off. They drunk of the cup of fornication. It made the whole world, the whole oikoumene, to go off. All right, go ahead.
It says, for the devil is come down unto you.
Who's the devil? So-called white man, the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man, because he put that name on himself.
Right, the self-proclaimed.
All right, go ahead.
It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
The devil has come down into you having great wrath. Now we're just applying this because we understand this part of Revelation 12 is speaking about 70 AD, Vespasian and Titus. Okay, go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he hath but a short
I
time.
know he has but a short time. The British know that Great Britain had that, they knew they had a short space. All right, go ahead and verse 11.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns.
We're going to deal with verse 11.
This is Revelation 17, verse 11. And the beast that was and is not.
Yeah, so Spock says, and the beast that was is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7, which is correct. And he's of the 7 heads, right? And goeth into perdition. All right?
That's the beast.
That's the beast, man. All right? That's the beast. Verse 12. Verse 12. And the 10 horns, which thou sawest, are 10 kings. All right? So let's go back into the 10 horns. So, my brother.
Somebody got Daniel 2.
Yeah, hold that too. Oh, yeah, hold that.
Daniel 2
My
and
brother,
40.
can you read off from 1 to 10 on the sign? The 10 horns.
It says Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany.
That's right. So reread verse 12.
All right, this is Revelation 17 to 12 and the 10 horns.
Oh, and Salakia 11 is speaking about America. All right, that's speaking about America. So verse 11 is speaking about America.
America came out of Britain, which is a part of the whole Roman Empire.
So, matter of fact, with that, get that Ezekiel 16. Because it says, that's the mother of America. Because who's the mother of America? Great Britain. Where did America come out of? Great Britain. To free lives.
So damn violent.
There you go. Because what you got the three Esau's true. The philosophy, the religion, the Vatican,
the three
Bank of
states.
England, and the military.
It was London, Washington, D.C., and Vatican City.
So we got London, which is what? The bottomless pit, Europe, which is what? Great Britain. Alright? So the Bank of England, alright, was financing a hell of a lot of wars. A hell of a lot of wars. But heavy taxation. What didn't even, correct me if I'm wrong, brother, didn't even the Bank of England finance the French Revolution? With Napoleon? That was like the inception.
That's how they got. That's how they got rich.
Yeah, because the interest they put on.
That's why Napoleon couldn't pay him back. The exile.
That's right. So go ahead and read that.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that uses proverbs should use this proverb against seed, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
As is the mother, so is the daughter. As is the mother, Great Britain, so is the daughter, America. Because America came out of Great Britain. All right? So keep going. Who are you? All right, read verse 12.
This is Revelation 17 and 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
Which the brother read off. Okay? We all got that? Who the 10 king, the 10 horns are? Wow. All right, keep going.
Which have received no kingdom
Which have received no kingdom, go ahead.
as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
If I'm not mistaken, we're going to that's 42 years. Yeah, that's 42 years. When it says 1
A
hour,
little bit more, 42, about 42.6.
no.
Because you got to take 1,000 years. You got to divide it
About 24.
by 24. And you get 42.
So that
1,000
one,
years is 1 day. So you got to divide 1 day with 24 hours. And that 24 hours, you know, like 4, 6,
It's like
the years,
41 and like 2/3.
41. The 41, well, I said 42 points.
what's that? That's 42 because what? 2/3 as of to 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right, brother. The water. So 42.6 to be really correct.
I think it's 41.
Which, I think when you go to,
Yeah.
what was it? It said about
Splitting hairs here.
the year, you take the year 2000, and I think you divide it, you take off the 42 years, that's like 1958 when they established. Which to show you that the Lord is really giving Esau a little bit of time, because you got to
Get them a little grace,
no man knows the
extra
hour
time.
or the day. That's just a segment.
Yeah,
It's not being
done. After that, yeah, not in the middle.
So go ahead and go on to verse 13.
This is Revelation 17:13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
All right, it says these have one mind. Who is these thieves? The 10 kings or the 10 horns shall give their power unto the beast. Which is the EU, NATO. They shall give their power unto the beast.
Why he was a part of NATO.
Because why are they going to give their power unto the beast? Because they can't stand the war that sits on top of them, which is America. Okay? Keep reading.
This is Revelation 17:14. These shall
Well,
make
that's
war.
That's a lot. That's they're all of them are in cahoots together. They give their power to the beast, meaning they're the ones that came together to say we're going to
Confederate.
yeah, they're Confederate. The Esau's Western world, it's all power structure.
Salaki. Brother, the water brother. Okay, that's what it means, all right? So go ahead.
This is Revelation 17:14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
See, it's like, so like the brother said, they're all in cahoots with one another. And all of them are going to try to make war with Yahweh Shai, according to what? My favorite chapter, 2nd Ezra 13.
Yep.
They all going to try to fight against the Lord. When it says Lamb, that's speaking about Yahweh Shai. So go ahead.
For he is Lord of lords
Lord of Lords
and King of kings.
and King of Kings, man. That shows his preeminence. The word preeminence means first first place. All right? His sovereignty. His dominion. All right? He's the Lord of Lords, King of Kings. That's establishing the preeminence of Yahweh God. So go ahead.
And they that are with him are called and chosen
Are called and chosen,
and faithful.
like the brother said, the elect. Okay? Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
That's right. That's to clarify what we went into in Revelation 17 and 3. So go ahead.
And let me continue on. This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Oh, they're gonna hate. Now this is where I got mixed up from the verse earlier. Okay. Now this is those nations hating America. All right. Go ahead.
It shall make her desolate.
It shall make them desolate, meaning they're gonna send all their arsenal, all of that. With that missile sign, man. The infamous missile sign. Hey, you see that? You gotta see that. USSR, man, Russia. Okay? Yeah. Somebody, you see that? You gotta get that. Hey, what did he say? Double destruction.
Double.
This is to say double destruction. So we're gonna get 2 missiles, which are gonna have the Spirit of the Lord on them. They're gonna hit their targets, do not hit a break. Okay? So we're gonna read it. America will soon be destroyed by fire.
That's right.
America will soon be destroyed by fire.
That's right.
The scriptures say double destruction.
That's right.
And what these Edomites got to know that their kingdom is falling.
That's right. That's right.
200 million missiles are going to destroy America.
Damn.
And lay this place like the scriptures brother read, lay it desolate.
Desolate.
All right, that's right.
Double destruction. Alright? Keep going.
And naked.
And naked. We're making it naked and bare right now.
That's right.
But they're going to physically make it naked. Go ahead.
It shall eat her flesh
They shall eat her flesh, because they eat it,
and burn her with fire.
and burn her with
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, along with the chariots.
Along with the chariots, with the... Come on, bro. Man, see,
Yahweh
see,
Shai.
brothers be on point, man. Brothers be on point. See these? Second Ezra 13 talks about that mix of that tempest,
Yep.
of blast of fire out of his mouth, the laser beam.
That's how the war in heaven.
That's the war. That's what the Michael the Angel is gonna look like.
Yahweh Shai.
With a little bitty F-15 trying to fight.
Oh, I thought it was a plane on
No, I'm just saying it's like
Little
very
speck right in
microscopic.
there, yeah.
F-22s, F-35s. We have great technology. No, you don't, Esau.
I've got a visual.
I got a visual.
Shit.
I got a visual on the bogey.
That's what, Independence Day?
Independence Day.
You
Alright.
hear them on the mics when they in the plane, they see the chariot. I never seen it.
For Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
For Yahweh has put in his hearts to fulfill his will. Second Ezra 13. And I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna keep reiterating it. It says they were scared, but yet couldn't fight.
That's right.
The Lord put it in them to fight, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
And
Finish it off, and I'm gonna step down.
and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast
To agree and give their kingdom to the beast, go ahead. Be again Confederate, go ahead.
until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
Until the words of the hour shall be fulfilled. Is that it?
That's right.
Keep going, brother.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city
America, which is Babylon the Great, that great city, go ahead.
which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth. That's America. That's America. Is that it? That's it. So that's, in a nutshell, Revelation 17. All right? So what?
Yep. Water.
Hey,
Water.
I'm gonna give it to the priest Zion, man.
Yep. Kind.
Speaking about the destruction of America, right? Let's go to Revelation 18.
Oh yeah, we're gonna flow right into it, man.
You want me to switch it out?
I mean, it don't matter.
Yeah, well, because it's already back.
Revelation 18:1.
We'll just switch out.
It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightning with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, and that's the judgment that's coming to America. That's the destruction. Come on, homie, Isaiah 13. Because America's judgment is going to be thermonuclear destruction.
That's right.
It's going to be a last holiday season.
That's right.
Right? And then there'll be no more America, no more Trump, no more nothing.
Reindeer. Christmas lights.
I got eggnog.
That's salmonella turkey.
I got
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency.
Right. It's America's Babylon, not Vatican City or Rome. America is not the Edomites. All right. Okay. Babylon is America. It's a place. Okay.
Shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right. And so the same way that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire, Revelation 17. Okay, it's going to be the thermonuclear missiles that's going to destroy America, which is going to come out of the skies in heaven. Okay, along with the chariots. Right?
It should never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelled in generation to generation.
Right. So these white people that you see walking up and down the street, they're not going to inhabit this place. The Israelites are not going to inhabit this place. Right? The only thing that's going to be here is, like the brother read Revelation 18, is devils and creatures, desert-like creatures. All right? Yep, unclean birds, vultures, evil monsters, lizards, scorpions, rattlesnakes.
Neither shall be Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. The wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in the desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places.
Right, right. Like where you see these buildings and these stores, all right, these buildings gonna be leveled, totally melted, destroyed down to the elements by thermonuclear fire. And the only thing that's gonna be running around in these streets, instead of cars, is a bunch of creatures, man. Snakes, sidewinders, cockroaches, lizards, rattlesnakes, that's it. You know, your luxury $1,200 a month apartment is going to turn into a goddamn hole for a snake.
Verse 3, Revelation 18:3, it says, For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, which Brother earlier went into. That's the philosophies of America. Okay, America uses its influence mainly through war. That's how it gets its point across. All right, the whole thing about Iran and North Korea going against these different treaties and trade deals that America had set up. Okay, that's been going against that. They spitting out that wine. All right, they done drinking from the dirty golden cup. Okay, so the influence of America is waning. All right, that's a weakness.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
You know that earlier, that's these other nations, you know, being, well, first of all, that's Esau coming into power, the Renaissance, you know. But guess what? His power is waxing weak now. All right, America's about to be destroyed.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, all these countries that take part in, for example, a corporation like Amazon or Uber. You got Uber overseas in Europe, getting rich, making money. Jeff Bezos of Amazon, he makes all kind of money by having them companies overseas, you know, drop shipping overseas. You know, along with the governments and the military over there. So America's influence is global. All right, and all these kings and all these nations are all doing what America says. And the elites, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they put them central banks over them, okay? And they have to do what? They have to trade currency, mainly oil, through the American dollar, okay? And these countries get rich off of it, through the oil, and these different deals. But now, these countries are turning away from American dollar. They're ditching the dollar, okay? They're ditching the U.S. dollar. Right? China wants to use his own currency. Russia wants to use the ruble, his own currency. Okay? You get back by gold. India wants to use the rupee instead of the U.S. dollar. So the U.S. dollar is getting weaker with every damn transaction. Okay? But how these countries got rich was through following the influence of America. All right?
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, now that's going to be the angels telling the elect, okay, to come up out of America. That's for the deliverance, because once the chariots come and the missiles are shut off, all right, the elect are going to be beamed up into what the so-called white man calls a UFO. All right, is that UFO sign out? I can't see it. Yeah. I want to get that. So that's the vehicle of our deliverance. We're going to be beamed up, and we're going to literally come up out of America. And this place is going to be totally destroyed. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 5, for her sins have reached into the heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Yeah, when we get the so-called white man into captivity, we're going to double this punishment, man. Okay? That's why all these things that he's doing, the Lord is seeing that, and his sins reach up to heaven. Okay? The Heavenly Father sees the fact that so-called blacks get shot down in the streets. All right? Get slavery. Okay? Our women getting raped. Right? Our children being kidnapped. The Lord sees all of that. Okay? So what the Lord is going to do is he's going to reward for these white people double punishment, double destruction. Okay? And they're going to go into captivity. They're going to go into slavery. Okay? And that's justice. Alright? True justice is getting revenge on your enemies. Right? That's a great joy. You can't let your enemy continuously beat you down. Alright? Especially if you have a power that's going to deliver you from that. You can't have that in your mind, oh, let's all get along and let's all go along with what they say. Hell no. Right, while you're getting beat down. Please, sir, I just want peace. No. scripture says, what is it, Isaiah 57, verse 21, you gotta get it. But there's no peace unto the wicked. The right man is the wicked.
Yeah.
So and the Lord sees his sins. So he's going to reward unto them double, man.
Yep.
Okay?
If I could add to that, you know, that's a real dumb mindset. Justice is a very simple concept.
Yep.
All right, like I'll give you an example. Like if someone were to come in your house, all right, and rape your mom, shoot your sister, do all these things. If someone were to do that, right, you would be seeking to take their life. All right, and hey, the so-called white man has done those things, man. You know, so like I said, it's a very simple concept. If it happens in your own family or your own household, you would be seeking to what did they say? Judge them to the full extent of the law.
Do a drive-by, find out where the niggas stay at.
Yeah, these people be wanting to, hey, they wanted to throw them under the jail. They want the death penalty. But here it is, the so-called white man. He's done all these things, and then these Christians talk about, oh yeah, you gotta turn the other cheek.
Shit, not just Christians, everybody outside of us. Everybody feel that way because you've been sabotaged.
Yep.
Right? Your minds have been sabotaged, and you've been taught to love everybody. Meanwhile, the so-called white man, all he do is go hunting.
Yep. Nigger hunt.
All he do is go hunting.
Speak up, Lot. Yeah.
Well, you know, all these agencies, run the secret society.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey.
The Lord, he's going to change everything around. He's going to bring judgment upon this place. Alright? Like Benjamin said, Babylon is burning on fire. That's what's getting ready to happen. Okay? But the Lord said we're going to reward under them double.
Right.
Okay? Give me one scripture, Revelation 13. Well, you already know, Revelation 13 and 10.
Let's get a photo as we speak.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. So that's justice. That's judgment. That's the justice. That's the judgment. That's the sentence. And that's the justice that the Lord is going to give our people. Okay? The fact that we went into slavery, they're going to go into slavery. Alright? That's not something to be ashamed about. Oh, I can't believe you feel this way about white people. Hell with white people. Okay? Where has a white man done good for you ever?
Hey, as it is written, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You know, that's justice right there.
That's how they feel. That's how they feel about you.
Everything just because he got a job.
I don't want a job. Hey, I don't want a job.
Yeah, it's all great.
No, I mean, it's like, I don't want work. I mean, you gotta work because we're slaves.
Hey, the so-called white man just passed a law making lynching illegal the other day. Right? Like, since when is murder something that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that needs you pass a law to make it illegal. Yeah, you could do it, bro. Exactly. You a slave, bro.
That's so these sons of niggas can go on social media and say, we're making a difference.
No.
White man's putting your ass to sleep.
Yep.
All right, but go back to Revelation
Revelations 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So he gonna get rich.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's the patience, not the faith. We can talk about patience, it's a virtue and faith. But we got faith that our enemy's gonna go into captivity. We're gonna kill them with the sword. Okay? Thus saith the Lord.
This is Revelation 18, verse 5. It says, for her sins have reached into the heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity. So I'll go to verse 7. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her.
For America has lived deliciously Kasai, you still got the slave time now? Yeah. All right. America has lived deliciously off of the backs of the Israelites, off our captivity.
Yep.
That's how they got their riches. All right. These so-called Jews with these slave ships, and then throughout the world, you know, throughout that time, you had the Dutch, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the French. They all was shipping Native American Israelites, Hispanic Israelites, right? And they was shipping so-called black Israelites into captivity. That's why it was a slave trade. Can I get oh, where you at? Let me get Revelation 11.
Revelation chapter 8, verse 11.
11.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which is America. That's our dead bodies mean the dead state of mind of the Israelites is lost. Some are black conscious, some are Christian, some are Muslim. You know, some are black American, a Republican, a Democrat. You also all kinds of philosophies. Right?
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
I mean, the truth of the scriptures was done away with. Yahushua, talking to Yahushua and the Israelites. Okay?
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right. 3 days and a half, meaning 350 years. Okay? And it says that they shall see our dead bodies for that amount of time, but then they're going to see us starting to wake up. And that's what they're seeing now. That's why we out here stuffing up the world with Israelites. Okay?
And that suffering in the grave too goes to they suffer us to our heritage, you know, had us in slave plantation under that Christianity.
Yep.
It's all just that's why they want us to read the Bible.
Yep, learn about Jesus. No matter if he's white or black, he's still Jesus. Okay? What you got?
This is Psalms 50, verse 15. And well, I'm stop at 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, on that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hadst instructions, and casting my sword behind thee, when thou sawest a thief. Did I say?
Sword, yeah.
Seeing thou hadst instructions, and casting my word behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with them. It's like with them, and hast been partakers with adulterers.
Right? And that's Esau and the other nations coming against our people, the Israelites. Right? Yeah.
Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
Right, lying to us and lying on us, saying we're black, African American, Native American, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, Haitian, West Indian. All right? Framing deceit, putting up false leaders like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Obama. Okay? Or Michelle Obama.
And it goes into stop reading our book. Verse 20. Thou sinnest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself.
Right? Meaning that they thought that the law was going to keep us down and keep us in slavery forever. And that's not so. Right?
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes.
Right, that's what you're saying now. Look at the Revelation.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Guess what they said? They were trading us back and forth. They were sending gifts to Israelites throughout the earth, rejoicing over our captivity. That's why today, no matter what status you can have $1 million in the bank, you can have no dollars in the bank. You're still a nigga. Okay? That's why they see you like that, because they understand who you are. Alright? They know you're the greatest people the universe has ever seen. Because it belongs unto us. And they're the worst people in the universe. They're the wicked and we're the righteous.
Because we should send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
Right, which is the two kingdoms. Okay? Well, it's talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Alright?
Revelation 18, in verse 7, it says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Right, all the Israelites that was trading us and sending gifts back and forth to each other being rich. Okay, go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
But we're going to give her torment and sorrow. The Lord's going to give her torment and sorrow. Alright? Through the destruction. Okay? And even before the destruction goes back, the Israelites will get a chance to get some payback. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Right, that's the pride of these white people. That's the pride of the Esau. They think that they're going to rule forever. They think that they're, the greatest thing since the sun and stars and moon was created. But they're not. Okay? The so-called white race will be eliminated off the face of the earth.
That's right.
Okay? First you're gonna go into slavery.
That's right.
Okay? First you gotta get that torment. Okay? You gotta get that nuclear destruction. You gotta feel the burn first. Then you're gonna come back again and get whipped for 1,000 years.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right, that's that pride. They have that pride, man. Okay? Look at Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13.
I got something for you too.
And go ahead.
Isaiah chapter Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity.
Right?
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Right, so we're going to put all that pride that America has down. Okay? Especially over us, man. Alright? Here it is, the so-called white man think that he's, like I say, he's the best things that the universe, created. For the Lord, yeah. He said, all right, he think he's the best thing in creation, okay? But he's not. That's that pride. The Lord said pride was not made for men, okay? I think he has the best military. I think he has, the best ideas. Some kind of white man get an idea to blow up the moon, and guess who follows right behind him? China. That's what they follow. They follow this. this guy.
No, devil, man. That's way off.
People is bugged out, man.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, though.
Right.
hey, you was just talking about that. Hey, everyone follows a so-called white man, and he does stuff like that.
Little stuff like that. Who the hell puts a dog?
Hey, a lot of Esau fans, they're better than we do.
Yeah.
Y'all probably eat organic, non-GMO dog food, man. Drinking alkaline water.
They eat big boy steaks, huh?
You got gravy on it.
That's wine, white wine.
Yeah.
You know? But that's a good idea, though. So the Lord, hey, they're proud. They think they can just change the order to the chief and not the first, okay? So the Lord says he's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Okay? We had something over
It's Obadiah, verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right, you Caucasians, you cave dwellers, you rock dwellers. Okay?
It says, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right. His habitations are high, he's high rising. Look to the fact that they, when the Lord gave these like the power to bring the airplane. Power to bring satellites and space shuttle. The Lord says he's going to bring you down to the ground. Okay? And that's just on the physical level, but spiritually. Okay? Can I get Habakkuk 2 and 4? Well, finish that, nigga.
Verse 4, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
Hey, no, this is talking about Trump, man. He gotta be one of the main guys behind this scripture here, because Trump, what? He was okay, you know he's proud. He said, look, we're gonna create a space force.
Wonderful.
You know?
And unemployment is at record lows.
Right. Trump be lying. He just be lying, because he gotta make himself seem big.
Right.
You know, he gotta make himself seem big. That's pride. You know? Talking about he had a little bit of money. You know, when he started off, but he had like $1 million in the bank.
Easy.
You know?
Right.
Easy cash.
Small loan of $1 million.
Yeah, small loan.
of $1 million.
From his daddy.
His father would have, bail him out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, Trump did all kind of dumb shit growing up. Same thing with Bush. We know Bush Senior. You know, his son, Baby Bush, man, he went through all. He was a dumbass in college.
Yeah.
He was an average student. You know, he didn't really excel to no heights or nothing like that, but he just skimmed, he just went on through Yale. Because it was a part of secret society. Trump was part of it too.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, Skull and Bones.
I think Trump.
Now, I don't know if Trump was Skull and Bones, but he was.
Nah,
I think Trump.
But actually, he's the president, so he has to be a part of that.
Yeah, some type of.
He's definitely related to the presidential line.
I got some.
They was grooming Trump to be a man back in the 80s.
But he said one show, I think,
Yeah. Yeah. He said the people are stupid. He said the people are stupid. And lo and behold, you stupid Americans voted in there. Okay. The Simpsons told you that
Yeah.
Trump was going to be president. Right? So that's why he's proud. He already knew. But the Lord's going to bring all that pride down.
Yeah.
All right? Come on, hold on.
Yeah, I got some. It's Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Yep. That goes back to Revelation 18, where it says it's considered a queen. It should not know and live deliciously. They think this place gonna go on forever. You know, Trump's the 45th president. They want, somebody want Kim Kardashian to be the 46th president. Kanye want to be the 46th president. Oprah.
And You know it's right.
At this point, anyone
crash it, man.
At this point, anyone can though. That's the whole.
Shit.
That's the whole point of it.
At this point, CVS Pharmacy can run for president.
Yeah.
Because America's
It's done.
is a big joke.
It's a joke.
Right? It's a big
Done.
joke, but the Lord is going to stop all this. So let's go back to Revelation 18.
Was let me. This is a little bit more.
You can drop it. You can drop it.
Okay.
No, you good. You finish that.
And their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own names.
Right, and the generation, all generations they're talking about is their own. They just keep sending this Illuminati bloodline throughout the presidency. Because that's the whole plan. They have a new world order. They want to remake America. All right, they want the whole world together underneath one world currency, which is the microchip. You know, whether they use Bitcoin or whatever, it's all going to be government issue. Okay, and they're going to live forever. And they're going to bring the population down to 500 million. All right? They want to eliminate all the Israelites. They don't want no Israelites around like that. That's their plan. Okay? But the Lord's going to put a stop to all that. He said in Job, he said, knows thou not that the triumphing of the wicked is short? You know? So they don't even have a short time to try to achieve this. You know? It's going to come to an end. And then we up next. Forever.
Revelation 18:8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Therefore her plague, which is the destruction, the legal destruction is going to come in one day.
Death and mourning and famine.
Yep.
And she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
That's right, thermonuclear missiles. And totally destroy this place, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right, so all these other nations, like you see these Chinese, you know, they got this trade war with the U.S. thinking that they're going to be the next power. Iran and North Korea building up their military so they can be the next power. They're going to stop them too. Okay? Alright? And they're going to be sad that America is burning. Alright? Okay? Because of the money sources and they keep it rich. You know? But don't get me wrong, they're going to destroy America. But like you read Revelation 17, because they got to fulfill the words of the Lord. Okay? But then when they see America burn, they're going to be like, damn, who's the one that's going to import all this made in China shit? You know? Everything American has been made in China, made in this country, made in China. So China, they want to lose money. Okay? Same thing with these Middle Eastern countries. Who's going to buy our oil? All right? So they're going to bewail and lament the destruction of America. Go ahead.
It says, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Hey, that's how you know it's talking about a place. You got other Israelites talking about it's Edomite, so it's Vatican City. Nah, man, it's talking about America, that great city. Okay? Because America's a city. You are a citizen of the United States of America. Citizen means city dweller. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep.
But really, city really,
Goes back to people.
America is really a corporation. America is the corporation of Washington, D.C., which is a city-state. So we're really citizens of Washington, D.C. Okay? The actual states is just, they're just municipalities. This is all paperwork. Everything is paperwork. That's why every time you gotta buy something, you know, you gotta file an application or something, there's a whole bunch of paperwork.
If I can say too, like even like brother said, you know, like, states really are cities in this structure. it would really be like city states. Like you think about it like in a more ancient term, like if like 50 cities, like states, countries came together. That's the kind of it would be. So I mean, even like
Mega
this,
city.
this could really be like a city state, Georgia, of the Kingdom of America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the brother said, it's the structure of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like a province. You know, like in the olden days, it's like a province.
It says, verse 11, and the merchant of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
All these imported products, Ferraris and Mercedes-Benzes, all those are foreign cars, right? Israel ain't gonna buy no more.
That's right.
You know, Jake get $1 million, you know, because he got a record deal and he go overseas and you know, buy a foreign car. You know, clothes, Versace, that ain't American made. All right, go ahead.
It says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner vessels of ivory.
Right, and all that represents the riches and the wealth of America. Okay? Everything that America has, you know, like with these smartphones, right? The components that make these batteries and these cell phones work, like lithium and all of that, they got to get that from overseas. Then they put that stuff together. Spices, you know.
It says, and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
Yep. Slaves and souls of men. Okay? Because America is what? It's known as the melting pot. Everybody comes over here. Now this whole deal with the wall, right? Trump was supposed to have shut the government down last night because of that wall funding. Okay, why? Because if they could get this wall up, they could charge these Latin tribes for coming up here. You know? They could put them on a plan or something, and they could bring in money. Well, okay, well, you want to come? Okay, well, you're going to have to
Take the chip.
You know, taxes, they can tax you in the system now. Okay, that's how they make their money. So slaves and souls of men. You know? Not just the Latin tribes, that's just the controversy. All right? But what about all these refugees from the Middle East?
Yeah,
They're coming
right.
over here too. Okay? From the islands in the Caribbean. Okay? We got a whole bunch of civil wars going on in West Africa. Where you think those people come? They're coming over here. Okay? Or they go to one country in Europe and then they'll send them over here.
Yep.
This money is big business.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they see America's destroyed, this whole society is going to be done. Okay? It's going to be it.
It's
All
called
right?
refugees. You know, these people, these other countries that basically have issues or government tyranny in their own country. What do? They go to America to seek refuge because America is supposed to be a safe zone where where you can it's free of religious freedom and free of the democratic society or whatever. But those these people that come here, they're called refugees because they're seeking refuge from their country, whatever's going on there.
Right.
But soon America's not going to be a refuge place anymore.
It's already fashion.
Yeah.
Everything is top
Yeah, because fascism and all that leads to, authoritarian government, state ruling over them. That's what they want.
And
They
that's-
say that in movie 1984, the state is the God, the teacher, the
Yeah,
lawgiver,
yeah.
all of that.
They already got the provisions in place. So as soon as martial law happened and they got the police, they already got the provisions like the Military Act. The Military Commissions Act, the Patriot Act. They already got all that stuff in place. So as soon as it go down, they already got the authority.
All they need is the
Event.
event that happened. You know?
False flag.
And yeah, you know, the people already consented to it. Okay? You know, like when you start up something new, they have that user agreement, you got that long list, you gotta scroll all the way down and click OK. Nobody reads that.
100 pages long.
I think the brother brought out one time with the cell phones with Apple. You know, you have to,
Oh yeah, whenever you update.
and they had a right. They said they had a right to like go through your phone and stuff.
Yes.
You know why? Because you work the phone.
Yeah.
So when this next event happens, right? And the solution is offered, because we want the solution, which is money gonna come through the microchip, people gonna accept it.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay? Oh, martial law. People gonna agree to martial law, the curfew and all of that. Because you want the power of the government to keep ruling over you. You know, you want to keep your license and keep your job, and keep going to school and making a check. So you're gonna consent to them, and whatever they tell you, you're gonna consent to. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta speak up.
Detroit, they did a curfew. They did a curfew recently about teenagers hanging out and going to jail. Instead of just hanging out while their parents stay home, they send them to a damn center like a Boys and Girls Club, babysit them until their parents get them, so then let them free. And if they don't, then their parent will suffer harshly
Yeah, that's one of these when these school shootings and stuff happen. When these school shootings and stuff happen,
There's a lot of dudes going past the cameras.
you know, the parents at work, and the students are still at school, what they do? They send out text messages and stuff to the parents, let them know what's going on. Okay, but they gotta take the students to they might keep them on the school grounds and put them in a different room, or they might take them up there. And the students gotta the parents gotta figure out where the school's at. So when this next event happens, the martial law declared passed and the students gonna be separated. Right? So what they gonna do is keep everybody in line, give them the market to, give them the market to people. Okay? That's gonna be a big thing.
If I could just add to your point, my daughter at her school, they gave her a slip telling her that they was talking about the RFID chip, and then it was also talking about how report to the nearest Walmart in an emergency. Yeah, and that's the FEMA camp right there. Yeah.
Where they closed? That was last year, the year before last, they closed them.
Yeah, they closed them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? They did that at school? She's like, yeah, and they didn't let none of the parents know neither.
That's like that movie, Done, Red Done.
Oh, Red Dawn, yeah.
They came in, the helicopter went to school.
Yep. And they'll send out that mass alert text. Just like they did. And people were worried about that too.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, the president sent a text. What does it mean?
Oh, yeah.
How did citizens get my number?
Hey, you know how they got your numbers? Because when you get the phones, you use Google, you use Apple,
Yep.
you use all these different companies that got contracts with the government. You
That's
send
it.
me information, use these apps, Facebook and stuff, send them information. You know?
You
And they know
agreed.
you got the phone, all your information, they know you got the phone.
Hey, Salaki, I read an article like a week or so ago, and it said Facebook again, they got access to about like 2.8 or 2.6 million people's photos.
Yeah, profile, yeah. Because they're building a database.
Yeah. They showed it in that movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State.
Yep.
They trapped him, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, especially after 9/11, everybody's being terrorists according to the government.
Well, they bringing back that biometric technology, that facial recognition technology. and all your photos, all y'all people, y'all putting your photos, your children's photos, and all that stuff on Facebook or whatever. So y'all just giving them the information that they need. So then when you walk in, y'all, it's gonna be just like China. Okay, that one right there, that one right there. You know.
And Esau is a perfect mastermind because you got these different Snapchat filters. What is that doing? All that's doing is scanning your face. It's checking your face. That's all it's doing. The little snap. Whenever you go on Snapchat, you do a little filter. It actually you press your face, right? And then it has like little
the little markers.
Yeah. And that's it's scanning your face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And just brothers this past week, the brothers down the street, they went to Delta, okay, and Delta has a new terminal, all right, the international travel terminal, where it's facial recognition.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a ticket.
Yeah.
You don't have to have nothing. Just scan your face and go straight to security. That's it. You know.
Facebook is working with CIA.
And just to add to this brother's point, they also had in that video, they also had an RFID scanner in that terminal too.
Exactly.
And it's like, all right, why do they have this here if they don't plan on using this technology? They gonna implement it.
They're getting ready to use it, right? And they're gonna abuse it. Once it's implemented, that's it. Ain't no turning back.
Damn right.
There's no turning back. You know, the microchip is the microchip. It makes sense. It makes so much sense.
Revelation 18 and 14 says, and the fruits of that and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
Right, so America's going to lose its rulership. It's going to lose all its power. Hey, it's starting now. With all these countries ditching the dollar. You know? They're not going to be able to live the way they want to live and be able to. They don't have that same global power that they used to have. They got to go through hoops and hurdles to keep these countries in line. You know? They recently just put them sanctions back on Iran in November. Man, I don't give a damn. They don't care about them sanctions because they've already been setting up to okay, well, you don't want us to use the American dollar for this, but we're going to do away with the American dollar. We don't care about the sanctions. Because the only way these countries have control, America has control over you is through the banks. The central bank is using the dollar. But if I'm not using the dollar, and my own economy is strong, and this country want to trade with me, you want to use my money? Oh shit, we cut out the middleman. You know? It's like Tony Montana. You know? He didn't want to deal with Frank no more, he went straight to the source. You know?
It says, verse 15, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones, and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
1 hour. All these missions on the store now. Right? 200,000 missions, which is 200 million. And when you multiply 200,000 by 1,000, it's 200 million. 200 million nuclear missiles are going to destroy America. That's a lot. That's a lot of heat. You know? You know? That's why it's going to be the big fight.
It's gonna burn for a while too.
That's in Malachi 4. The day coming that shall burn as an oven. Okay? The whole earth is going to be like, that's why we got to be outside the atmosphere. Because the whole earth is going to feel like an oven, man. You know? The hottest oven, talking about a nuclear power oven. You know? It'd be hot when you just make, baking cookies and french fries and shit in the oven. You know, you open that oven, you might bake some chicken, open the oven after like 30 minutes, and that heat come rushing in and windy. You know, if you got a beard, or sometimes, you feel the heat in the beard. You know?
Right.
So imagine the whole earth feeling like that. And that's coming, man. You know? In 1 hour.
It says, for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
Yeah,
And
all,
it-
yeah, because they're making all this you know, like they're making this whole thing with 5G, the Internet of Things, and the chip, you know, trying to amass and heap up for themselves people and souls and niggas, because you got control of the people, and then you control the resources, you got everything, you know? But all that's not going to mean nothing when the missiles destroy it. All the people is killed off, you ain't got no power. You really ain't rich, you know? You really ain't rich. So that's going to be the end of, you know, the end of our oppression. I can't wait. Right? Yeah, right?
It says, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness.
All these imports and exports, you know, like you got Maersk, you know, Maersk, the shipping container companies, that's a German company. All these ships be using that money to trade and ship goods overseas. You know, sometimes they do it by airplane, when we have them cargo planes, but most of the time they still do it by sea. You know, they ain't gonna be able to make no money, you know, shipping Amazon products to America. Okay, all right, it's gonna be over with. Where you gonna ship to? Rattlesnakes? You know,
Isn't America the biggest consumer in the world?
you know.
Yep.
The biggest consumer in the world.
Yep.
So
The
no
world is
more
not consuming
trade.
that.
It is America trying to cut off trade between these other countries. The Lord gonna cut off trade to America
Right.
with these nuclear missiles, man. Okay? All these sanctions stuff, the Lord gonna sanction America. Embargo America. Alright? Yeah, permanent.
It says, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets.
That's right. That's what we're supposed to be doing with Georgia. So you're supposed to be talking about the nuclear destruction, talking about Esau going into slavery, talking about Michael. You're supposed to be talking about the prophecies. It says rejoice over her holy apostles and prophets. So these things are supposed to be going into. Who's the beast? Okay, who controls this system? Okay? You know? A lot of Israelites, they go into Job 9 and 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, but they can't break down how the wicked control the earth. Okay? These things are important. Alright? Because it's our job to rejoice over her. Okay? You can't rejoice over, you know, a stranger. No, we gotta know. We gotta know and understand how this man is. Okay? It makes life that much better.
It says, for the Most High hath avenged you on her.
Like I said, getting revenge and justice, that's a beautiful thing, man. Having this man go into captivity, okay? Being able to rule and breathe clean air, you know? Being a rightful place, you know? You're not no rightful place. This is hell, man. You know? We got all this, especially coming in the truth, brother, got all these ideas, all this potential, you know? Getting more and more spiritual, but really, it's limited. It's limited, you know. I mean, we teach the word, we do videos, we come to camp, but that's limited compared to what we really should be able to do. And we're gonna be able to do that in the kingdom, man. You know,
Because you got to be rich to serve the Lord, really.
we can't really enjoy each other. I gotta be at work, man. I see you tomorrow.
Our holy days.
Yep, our holy days. You know, you can't really enjoy the Sabbath because you know you might work on the Sabbath. Okay. Right. We ain't got no money.
Yeah. You can't really prepare for the Sabbath properly.
Oh yeah, that too. We got the virgin.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Hey,
yeah. Contaminated. Yeah, bringing in all these chemicals and stuff, man. Drinking all these chemicals. You know what I'm saying? We can't enjoy our own body.
mm-hmm.
Shit.
Our flesh is stony.
You know?
Hey, like,
5 years old, you can run and jump and flip. By the time you're 15, you can't do shit. I ain't gonna say 15, I'll say 25. I'll say 25. 15, you still got a little vigor. By the time you 25, 30, 35, man, your body be through it. You know?
Well, how do you a young kid can move like that?
Right. Because they ain't felt, you know, them big fire, they felt that pressure.
I felt like
You get a decade in, 2 decades in, man, it's like, damn. Yeah, they felt that asphalt and that concrete on it. That's why you should be rejoicing over the downfall of this place. Because we're going to be able to enjoy our body, we're going to be able to enjoy each other, we're going to be able to enjoy our kids, our women, okay? We're going to be able to enjoy the Lord. You know? The Lord got so much in store for us, man, but we can't really, you know, enjoy it. Sometimes you really can't enjoy being in the truth. You know? Because a lot of things is kept from it. You know? Can't be perfect. Yep, can't be perfect in this place.
Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Ooh. Okay. You know? So we're saying in the 10th man, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Hey, that's what we're supposed to be rejoicing over. Okay? You can sit up and do this work and give praise, you know, to the name of Yahweh Shah and declare what he said. All right? America's going to be destroyed. All right? Can't say it enough. You know? You really can't say it enough. That's why it's important. You want to know how America's going to be destroyed. You know? 1 hour, thermonuclear missiles will end it all. Okay? But at the same time, it's also going to heal the earth. Because fire is a cleansing agent. Okay? You know, sometimes like if you own your house and you got a lot of weeds in your yard, or you got a certain plague in your grass, a lot of people burn it. They'll burn it, and then over time they can plant more grass seeds in the earth, because the earth is replenish the selenium in the ground, and it'll grow, you know, grass again. So some people burn the like you ever go by a house and you say, why are they grass? Why are they yard black? Because they burnt it, but it's going to grow back again. So that's what the Lord's going to do to the earth. He's going to burn it, and he's going to bring it back. That's what he's going to do to the land of Israel. Because the land of Israel is going to be totally destroyed too. All right? The Lord didn't tell us to take the camp and go over there and set up shop, you know, dwell in the city among the so-called Jews. No, he didn't say that. Yeah. Pink city, you know. So the Lord going to destroy that place, but he's going to re-beautify it. You know? So this is a time of rejoicing as well. I mean, you catch your hell, but you rejoice because you understand the truth. All right, so read that again.
Verse 20, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. And the mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea.
Which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai is a great millstone, because when you come back in the chair, it's like a mountain. You know, it's going to come back and it's going to literally elect and destroy America. Alright, read that again.
It says, and a mighty verse 21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea.
Alright, go ahead.
Saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down.
Right, and who's saying that Babylon is going to go down with great violence? Great millstone. Ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody else doing it. Okay? IUIC ain't talking about nuclear destruction coming to the land. Alright? They ain't talking about it. Alright? They don't even go into the nuke. Okay? You guys ain't talking about it. Alright? We're the only ones talking about it. Alright? Everybody else gave up and focused on making the congregation richer instead of worrying about their spirits and their souls. Instead of getting their spirit and their soul and their mind for what's to come. Alright? Right. Are you choosing? The reason you can't be the truth because, you know, we have faith that the Lord was going to deliver you. Deliver you from what? From this. Okay? You know? Go ahead.
It says, that shall be found no more at all. And the voices,
Right.
and the
So,
voice,
America shall not be found anymore at all. Because there's a creature's going to be here. Right? Owls and what it say? Satyrs and dragons.
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah. Unclean birds and fowls. That's the only thing that's going to be here, man. Okay? Looking at what the White House was, it's going to be a snake dick.
it says, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers.
No more MTV Music Awards. All right. No more Billboard Hot 100. No more V103.
Soul Train Award.
No more Soul Train Award. All right. No more Hollywood. Okay. No more who else is damn entertainment? No more social media comedians.
Right.
Doing all that folly and shit. Everybody's a goddamn. Everybody's funny. Every nigga ain't funny. Man. You know, no more America's Got Talent. None of that.
Never did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead.
It says, and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be
No
shall.
more damn construction. Good. Stop that shit.
No more building on this
No more building. No more scaffolds. No more hammers and nails.
No more traffic jams, road construction.
Right. We got foxes. I remember. But it's seeing bears coming to the neighborhood and shit. No more none of that, man. Shit, you driving down the street and got that deer flag. That deer supposed to be flashing by your car.
Yeah, for
Or maybe your car shouldn't be going where you know. Deer.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be.
No more
shall-
Uber and Lyft.
Oh man.
Okay. No more jobs.
Damn scooters. I was waiting for one on to turn that corner.
Smack my car.
Oh man, the dude getting splatted. Yeah, that was wow. That was a hell of judgment right there.
And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Right, meaning no more work. Right? There's going to be zero employment for America and around the world. The only employment, you know what? The only employment is going to be slavery.
No, plenty of that.
Continual.
It's an everlasting employment.
Is that Ezekiel or Isaiah? That's Ezekiel. To suffer out middle continual employment. Somebody can find it. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
Wow, no more having to pay Georgia Power for the goddamn bill.
Right.
Or scanner, whatever. You know. whatever you take, no more water bill. You got it.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 39 and 14. It says, and they shall serve out men of continual employment.
Right, that's going into when the elect are saved, when the New Jerusalem comes down out of the chariot back on earth. The leaks are going to be taken out from whatever space station or whatever cave or underwater city they're at. They're going to be put into captivity. All right, and we're going to put them in order. You know, these brothers going to, whatever rank, these Edomites to work. That's right. We're going to send out men of continual employment.
There's going to be something to do.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, read that.
It says, Ezekiel 39 and 14 again.
39.
It says, and they shall serve out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury the passengers, those that remain upon the face of the earth.
Right, after World War III, after nuclear missiles dropped and the smoke cleared, so to speak, all them bodies that the elites made, so they want to be war racketeers, they want to be warmongers, because Esau loves blood. What scripture say? Blood shall be. So you got to bury all them bodies.
First job.
That's your first job.
And it might be one shovel to 100 Edomites.
Make it work.
Figure it out. Hey, they did it to us in Egypt.
Slavery. Best believe if the Israelite cut his hand on the plantation, and he had to cut, you better use the other hand, nigga. So Esau better figure it out.
Esau showed that on old school Jake had one arm. Esau told him, he said, I ain't got one good arm. He told him,
Make it work. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Happen.
and he made a different grade too.
All right, Khan, it says, to cleanse it, after the end of 7 months shall thy search.
So it's going to be, after a certain amount of time, we're going to gather up Esau, put his ass and put him on the plantation. Alright? We're going to separate them too. We're going to have a Rothschild in Europe, we're going to have a Rothschild in Iraq, we're going to have a Rothschild in Russia.
That work, man. Right.
We watch it.
Yeah, work
Right.
be done right.
The young and the old. Alright?
A lot of in America, stuff not really even built right here. I work for a water department, and this pipe, they got pipes under the ground that they don't even know that they right there. So they gotta have equipment to search.
They gotta come with the machine. And then sometimes when they dig, they hit the goddamn pipe.
Right, yeah.
You know, and then they gotta settle it off with the car and take, okay, you got fucking gas in it.
That's what happened in Detroit. That's how the report got protected.
Yeah, Flint.
Yeah. So the movie Fahrenheit 9/11. Well, 11.
It says, at verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth.
Right, so the merchants, this gives you a clue who's ruling the earth too. The merchants were the great men of the earth. Okay? So the great men of the earth are the people that control the money. Alright? The movers and shakers are the ones that control the money. International bankers. Okay? These are these companies. Like if you like a top company, you know, they are the top CEOs of the corporation or company. That's what they do when they go out to Bohemian Road. Okay? All the top world movers and world shakers that got money, the presidents, you know, CEOs and stuff, you know, Hollywood and all of that, international bankers, they all go to Sonoma County, California and run through the woods butt naked. And does whatever else. You know, sacrifice.
And it's men only court.
Yeah, and it's men only. I think sometimes they even bring in women. For the most part, it's a bunch of training and men and shit.
It's all a bunch of weird.
It's like a bunch of weird. That's what they do. Frolicking in the woods and shit. Jordan Bush running after Take me in and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Can you catch me, bitch? They do, man. Go ahead.
It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
By thy sorceries, all nations. It's all witchcraft. It's all Satanism and these demons give Esau. They give Esau the ideas and the go ahead, you know, the green light to create these technology because it's all coming from the Lord, but it's on the left hand side. So that's why you got all this tech. I don't get sudden you got, you know, self-driving cars and stuff. So they've been developing it because some demons give them the ideas, man. You know, the internet has become a major thing. All right. Alright, so all these sorceries is how they control the earth. Alright, we at it.
Verse 23. Oh, you want to read the whole verse again?
Let's read it.
It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
That's how all nations follow behind America, because Esau's the wicked. Alright, go ahead.
Verse 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets.
And in her was found the blood of prophets, because she destroyed the Israelites. America, this is why America destroyed, because it touched the apple of the Lord's eye. It was like the bulk of our captivity was over here. Okay, to this day. Alright, what time is it?
What, bro? 5:56.
5:56 p.m. What's it?
About to wrap up. Stay right there.
It's the 22nd.
Until this time spent. Alright, go ahead.
It says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
Right, that was it. Right, so that's why, so America's about to be destroyed.
That's right.
Alright, well with that, we're going to end it there. And give all praise to God and honor to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakapadash.
Look on to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. So shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.